Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Let's just see if this is gonna work. I'm gonna try and do this in a second. The multiple up, speaker content, and 2 speakers, 4 speakers. Oh, 2 speakers is now headphones is more correct, but over there. Closed caption, you can choose to get on which one Steam, right click again. No. Back. Okay, it looks like we are back live, and then I will resume the game and continue going on this side this time. Oh. I can't see the Twitch. No, I can see the hitbox stream. I'm so sorry, guys. So if you want to talk to me, then Twitch it is. Oh, someone's watching. Hello, welcome.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, someone knows good. Super Jenna. Oh, I don't know.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Yep. Really worth it.
There you go. I like this one. So green and colorful, like the raindrops. It's so beautiful.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Aww. I bet Mom. Oh, that's so cute. This table is so
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
What is it? I never want something. So many cops. Okay. There's a bird thing underneath. What is that bird thing? What is that? Wait. Can't close the door. Okay, let's go in and out.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I think that actually gets me back to business, so I'm not gonna go there. I don't remember actually. Should I?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So, here I think I will get back on track, so I'm not gonna go. Okay, though. Bye! With the button.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay, go right. Damn it.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Can I go back?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay. I think I'm gonna burn in this room. I don't remember.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No, this isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding?
Go back even. Fired.
It's all rubbish now.
Fired.
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. No. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
One more is fired.
Okay, from the top.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can we go down again?
When Stanley... Wait, what?
So many more
No,
doors here.
no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Yeah.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then.
Doors.
It's an adventure.
Yay.
Come, Stanley. Let's
no.
find the story.
What door? What door do I go to? Oh, this is the one with the red line. But this one is going around there and maybe? Yeah. These two is the same. Those are similar. These are I can't go in this one. Let's go here. Not there, but here. Not there. Oh, but no, not there.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No,
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No. Ah, come on. I wanted to explore more. Clock is still wrong. Anyway.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
You don't
room.
need to
Perhaps
say
he
that
had
every
simply
time.
missed a memo.
Oh, 2 people watching. Hello, welcome. Playing Stanley Parable. I'm now on adventure. We go all the ways on the right side.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
There's a
Why don't we
backtrack?
go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Nowhere else to go here, so why not? I love this one. This is one of my favorite routes. Everything's locked. Yeah.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story.
An
Here
endless
it comes.
Demise.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way
Yeah,
and retrace our steps.
I do not know where this is.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
No.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Thank you.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No, I don't like it there. So pretty. I love this one.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I love it. I love this line.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Okay.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay,
Hug the wall.
now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Whoa.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I love it.
Cut the music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I don't think that's right.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Well, it did lead us to the story, though, but, the line. I love it. I love it.
You know what,
No!
Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ooh, sure. Maybe it was an office. A video camera. Thought it was something.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Nothing.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Dragons.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I love this line. Get ready to backtrack. And here we go. I love the line. No, line, where are you going? No, I can follow.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Oh, no.
From here, the story is in our control. How important...
I must save. Whoa, what did I do? I pressed out of the game. 2 seconds. I need to move everything back to where it was. Okay. There we go. Did I save?
We mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay, I can't go on left. Okay, good. Confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
We've been playing
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this
that's
is?
close, actually.
It's all one giant
There's
ending?
something else, though.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all
After a long time still this.
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
Final
Is it
line again.
really-
Yay!
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Anyway, the door
How would
leads
we
here.
even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Ooh, okay. The narrator will forget, but I will not be able to progress. Is what it said, I don't remember everything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Reinvent.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm gonna do this.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
This looks the same though. I don't want this. I want to go back. No, fine. Oh, well, let's see what happens. Run! Damn it. Too itchy. There we go. I need to clean my desk. So much stuff. Weird. I said I would have been unable to continue. Why am I?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
I don't
Facility.
want to restart. I bet I would have been stopped here. I'm at a real quick little cheatsy thing here. I just don't want to play it through again. Confusing ending. 5th restart. Unable to do anything. Well, at least I have better quality on this one than he has. What is it doing? It's just walking back and forth. It's in the mystical hallway. This is not what I got. Oh, it's Jack! I just clicked on a video and it was Jack. But I didn't mean a Jacksepticeye. I had forgotten he had played this even. Does he go the wrong way or the right way? He has text! I knew there was able. What is he gonna do?
Be doing this? I thought this is part of the
meeting room.
He did the same as me.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Went to the
Perhaps
left.
he wanted to stop
Is
by
that
the
still part of the
employee lounge
confusion
first,
ending?
just to admire it.
Am I going to come across the line again?
Yes, truly a room worth
Shut
admiring,
up!
But
I did
eager
all
to
this.
Get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Where's
No,
he
I
going?
didn't. I said fuck the police and I went this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Okay, he kept going the other way. I'll just see if something happens. Because I think it's just normal now. Yeah, it's a normal thing. Okay then, I went the wrong way. Good to know. Anywho. I'ma just bring with this. I think I'm actually gonna keep OBS on because I can see what's going on the stream, so it's not that. I'm begin the game again. It's too long to just do that again.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's a little late to see this now, but
The lounge was
this is a type of
sublime,
game
a
where
work of
I would
art.
suggest you
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
play
open door on
yourself
his left.
before you see someone else play it. Because being like put to the choice of where to go.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Shall we? You never jump. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty from misuse, subject lift 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the carriage lift 5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I said, ooh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm not that
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm more curious about what happened here. A lot more curious.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah. Didn't think so.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's just stay here now.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Bye.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yep.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep.
What? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Give me a chance.
Nah. Not sure about that.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But I like blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
But I want gray. Okay, blue it is. I want blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Yes.
Stanley walked through the red door.
No, like
all right,
blue.
fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this
Yes.
road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I'm not letting
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yeah.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Definitely.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Dragons.
Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so
Dragons.
far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No, I kind of want to go here, though. I want to... I want to so badly. I'm gonna do it. Oh. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about
Anyway.
your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here.
I'm just trying one thing. Oh, I was gonna mess it up again. But my stuff aren't refreshed, so I'm like... Yeah, it says it's recording. Well, Twitch, I'm some 5 minutes behind there. Okay, hitbox is not that bad. I don't... It's not... It's... Mashcast. Okay, there you go. Twitch is fully updated. Great. Okay. Game. Back to game. Okay. Hitbox. No. I mean, OBS.
Based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Whoa. Stanley Parable, Worldwide Build Report. So good on you. Like 2 seconds? Really? Skip the intro sequence. Only 3% of players choose the blue door. Ha. Only 3 now I don't believe that. I haven't been playing for that long. Come on. Why not ask for help? Friendless is empty. Aww. That's not nice.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay. Sure. Why not?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I wonder if anyone has done this before. Like, done it for 4 hours. I don't think anyone would at least have the sound on when they do that. This baby deserves. Dying. Baby's gonna die. Bye.
Heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Yeah, I can barely see stuff.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
It's totally black for you. I don't know why. There you go. Yay!
Well, Stanley, is this any better?
Minecraft.
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough?
Want to play this live
Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then. Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I've been a little bit more than half, though.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay, diamond. I can do that. Where's the music? Okay.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
There's some coal. Mine's some coal. Oh, this brings me back.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
No! Ah. It was so dark. It was scary. Though I don't know what the next game is. No, of course I know this one.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
It's Portal.
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
I love this. I love Portal. I've actually been playing Portal with a new friend of mine.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical
So he has
thinking,
played it a little bit more
Stanley.
than me with
Your
this.
forte.
So he has like every multiplayer
Genius.
thing already done. So he has like all the animations and stuff like that. And I only played it on the PlayStation, so I don't have any animations on the computer.
No,
Well,
actually,
he's like,
you know what? I
he
think
can
that's
dance and
plenty.
hug.
I really
and,
don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made.
Not every.
The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Except me, I guess. I don't think there's gonna be anything else though, so I'm gonna back up. So much stuff here. Ah. I kind of actually scared me. This is creepy. What is this? Which way? This way. Okay, this way then. Ah, come on. This is creepy. Do you know what I'm doing? Wait, I'm back. I'm back here. This is... maybe it's the old layout of the place, but they renewed it. This is a strange hallway. This is not my... I'm pressing every button I have on my keyboard right now. Not doing anything. Can you close the door? Oh, okay. And sorry.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
No, I don't think you can. Be ready for awesome sounds. Or terrible. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ow.
Stanley went around touching every little... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I don't want to.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Nope.
I mean,
Oh,
truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
no.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I think you can like love a room, as in you will enjoy the room.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Everything
years
like
ago.
That I believe you can do. Was there another path I could take? I don't think so.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, I can go through the red door.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Do that.
Someone you've forgotten about.
What? To see and restart the game.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen
Like
carefully,
red
this
now.
is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
No.
Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Into the black darkness below.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Sides. Be careful down the way. I wanted my bedroom to have like black ceiling with those small LED lights in between, like this night sky. No, too much work. It's green. Green and black are my two favorite colors. It's rising. Well, when this changes the next time I will go.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Okay, I'll go back.
Right. Where were we?
It's red. Started, but the stars are gone. I'm gone. Sorry, dude.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay then. I'm not trying to kill myself yet. Oh, pretty.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
But But the stars are gone. I want the stars back. And I like the color green better than pink. Sorry, narrator, but...
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Sorry, dude.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Is that we're stuck here forever.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Okay. I'll go down this once. I'll jump the next time. Just so you know, I'm being real nice to you. I was up there. Yay! Welcome back. Hi. Look at this. See how beautiful. Name again.
Are you are going to stay here, aren't you?
Maybe. Oh, the stars in the sky. That's the one thing that's dumb about summer, because the sky is so short amount of time, like nighttime. So you won't be able to see the stars. I'm sorted, but I'm gonna leave. I'm a gem. Sorry. I know it's beautiful, right? He's texting me on my phone. Well, not phone, but Messenger, Facebook. Yeah, I love it out there. It's so beautiful. So now let's try and kill
Please,
ourselves.
Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I am. Let's do this.
No!
Ow, my legs.
Thank God.
I wish I
you
walked
lived.
with a limp.
You had me worried there for a moment.
Climb under.
Now, can we please get back to the other room?
I might just... okay. I'm gonna be nice. 'Cause also, I would love... if I was there in real life, I would have been lying there for like an hour. Just on the ground here.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
So gorgeous. Then again, you have to keep on moving. You can't just stay here forever, narrator. I'm really sorry. I need to leave this. I want something like this as my screensaver. It's so beautiful.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
You can reset the game and play some more. That's a good thing.
No. No, no. What do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
The only thing you can do is break my legs and arms so I won't be able to climb up here. Bye! Ow.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Oh, poor dude. Okay,
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
no, I don't. Sorry. And we're back. I'm so sorry.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
No,
That you'll
it's
throw
not.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I'm just... sorry, dude. Yeah.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Oh.
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going back.
So sorry. Oh, I feel so bad now. Oh, this is dark and ominous. Okay. Anyway. Not as pretty.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That is right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little.
What?
This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
It just started to like nosebleed then?
But
What?
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Okay, so now let's...
Stanley
not
was so
jump
bad
off.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
How I got there was I jumped off in the middle of the air and...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Oh, sure.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
And close the door now. Okay. Should I... Does he know how to
That's
stop?
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Should I listen or should I pull the cord? Because I know I can do one of those. What do I do first? I'm not sure. Because I've been doing everything the opposite way, so... Okay, I'm gonna pull it.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
No.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Yeah, it's pretty...
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Magic.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yep. Not even a boy.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
True.
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
What? Practice. Yay, cacti. Started.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
48.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Covered?
Ah, welcome back.
What happened here?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
To jump off the lift? Oh, I can't. Fine.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
How do you get to those shelves even? I want to know. How? This is so scary, like getting a box. Not me. Just trying every door again. Nothing.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I am home free in the real world.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Boy.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Confusing. Okay. No. Second. I didn't check in the window. Ooh, oh, trippy. Okay. Fine, let's go this way.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. No. I have to.
I'm climbing here.
I have to.
You big kid. That horror game type is back here. Oh, it's even worse. That's as
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Oh, sorry.
What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
20.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Up and it's gone.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But there's a door on the right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay, fine.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, fine then. See, this looks fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, come on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. It doesn't say bathroom anymore. It's green now.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Shark something 01. I can't.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark
He spoke it
115.
into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
That's so nice. Poor panda. Use his eyes. It's like, you know, why are you...
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Be nice.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Allow me.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
What are you doing?
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Credits.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Started.
So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
I'm sorry, narrator. And I think I actually did finish the game. I don't remember anything that I haven't done. Though I'm trying to stand still over there now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Steam and see if there's an achievement I haven't gotten yet. So see.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm not gonna move. Let's see what he does. Tiny little fan. Some ear to my ears. Because why even these words are similar? I don't know. Okay. So now I will. Okay, I have to pause the game to check Steam to see if I have all the achievements or not. View all achievements. Move every text and stuff, because I think I finished the game. I don't think there is more than that I can actually do. Well, it needs not much. Edit. What is that? How do you get that? Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Not including load time. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. What? It's impossible to get this achievement. There is, I have played so that there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more achievements to get. I played most of it. I have played all that I can actually think of. But what is the 8888888 achievement? I want to see how you can get that. No, they're back. What am I doing? Forward. Go back. Let me see the achievements. Because I did play it for all the Tuesday and 8888. Achievement. It says how to get the edit. Okay, so just press the 8 on the achievement. No, on the boss office, and Tuesday achievement. Does it really have to be that? People have actually left the game open for 24 hours on Tuesday. I think that is actually what you have to do. Well, and I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna do the 8888 thingy. So... Okay then, so boss's office and just press number 8 the whole time. I guess. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is it gonna work now? Because I don't see the mouse cursor.
Here's the door, just go.
Yeah, 8. Press
8.
There you go. 8. Okay, that's that achievement. The next one is... oh my god, it's so confusing. I'm gonna just do it now because there's not that much else to do. So Tuesday. So complete the Stanley parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Like, just from the beginning to the end? Because I think I already did that. No, I didn't do that because I didn't go that quick. So, okay, so we're gonna try really fast doing the right thing. For 5 years. An achievement that is impossible to get. Okay, anyway. I will try the speed run then, I guess. Sure, why not? Begin the game again, and then I'm going to just be real quick and just finish the game off. And that will probably be the last thing I'll
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm not gonna
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
These 2 achievements. Because one you can't get, and the other one...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I kind of don't want that. So... And playing
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Yeah, I'm on it. Restart like the game when in the means of going out of the game, like exit and then go in again and then try. I don't know. We'll just see if this works. If it doesn't, then yeah,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah. I can't even see the stream anymore.
The lights rose on an enormous
see the
room
chat.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Excuse me. Alright.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Let me go.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
time.
where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
If we're happy, then why is it so bad?
No. He refused to believe
I remember
it.
this
He
one
couldn't accept it. His
take the
own
phone
life
instead of,
in
like,
someone else's control? Never. It
So I
was
have one more thing
unthinkable.
to do.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Blinded by the light. Run.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad
run.
or content. Walking, eating, working. all of it monitored and commanded from this very
Speedrun is on.
place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
Achievement? No.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Come on. Yes.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Ah, I need to go out.
And
And jumping off the window. I haven't done that either.
It was perhaps the only thing worth
Because I don't
knowing.
remember how.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
And, oh yeah, there's at least...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! Happy Stanley. Speedrun, or was it not quick enough? No, it wasn't quick enough.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Follow the bridge thingy and take the phone. Go home to my wife and kids. Okay. Wait. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh, yes,
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
My ears. I haven't been using
And here
these
it
for a
was,
while.
the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Could have been a little bit looser, I think.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Okay.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Yeah.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me,
There you go.
I'm asking for her.
There. There you go.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
I took the phone. I took it. Where'd it sound?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
No.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Not. Bye.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Almost kind of scared me. I don't know why. I did not think that would happen. Hello, wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, that is a little strange TV. Good morning, employee 427. Please press 9 on your keyboard. 8.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Q, don't take my wife.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Why do you get legs and I don't?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, the baby. It's 0.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please tell why you love her. Wife, I love you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
It's me to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Fine. I will not push it. I will not push it. Until the clock is 6. It's gonna take forever. It looks like it goes real time only. I wonder what this says. Can jump. Fine.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
I tried.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Up, it's gone. Anywho. And that, I'm afraid, was the last ending. Yeah, I'm only missing the achievements now. And I'm missing the one to not play for 5 years. And let me see. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday, so 24 hours. I'm not gonna do that. Go outside, don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. That's gonna take me 5 years to complete, so. And unachievable, it's impossible to get this achievement. And the speed run. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes, 22 seconds, not including loading time. I think then maybe I need to close the game and boot it up again or something to get that, because it didn't work the last time. But we have gone on for long enough, I think, so I'm gonna cut it here. And maybe I'll play something else live. Who knows? And I know someone's watching there. If there is a game you want me to play, I can surely play it. Like Binding of Isaac or whatever you want to, actually. You have my game list. So, hope you guys, everyone enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! 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 I say bye for a long amount of time because I never know when this stream is gonna cut off. Bye! Oh, I can play Five Nights at Freddy's too. Ooh. I can do. I have so many games I can play. Well, it's gonna be computer games though. Bye!